Hello everybody, and welcome into the match tonight. We've got Saltcrew going up against XGeN. My name is ParkS. I'll be casting your match tonight. Happy to be here for the 5th match of the season. Currently sitting 2-2 are the Saltcrew. Nice to see that they're currently sitting well, and they're playing in intermediate for anybody. No, yeah, great to see them playing well so far. Most recently, they had a 2 games in one day. Played them back to back essentially. Which, you know, makes for late nights, but they powered through. They did only go 1-1 in that day. Most notably, they went and played Ancient and I believe Anubis, which of course is new on the scene. They was starting that week. Anubis was in the map pool and they instantly took advantage of it and played it. Something to be aware of is the map that we're playing tonight. It is going to be Ancient. Very interesting to see that because I did a little quick look through the stats for this side, and they've played Ancient twice. They've lost both times, and it has not been the greatest scorelines coming from that. It was a 13-9 earlier last week, and then the week before that they played it. It was the first match, it was the opening match for them. They lost that one 13-6. So interesting to see them have that come down as the last pick. Just kind of quickly check the veto system here. Yeah, they had the last ban. They banned out Inferno. So it was Inferno or Ancient was going to be the ending of it all. They went and banned out Inferno, and that's kind of where that sits right now. So very interesting to see. And of course, it all just now comes down to how well can they play in the server. So that's kind of what we're waiting for. Not too long until the map starts up. As I mentioned, it is going to be Ancient, so good to see on that. But yeah, I'm interested to see how this roster looks. They're going up against a team called XGeN. And I haven't had a chance. This is a level of Counter-Strike I don't keep tabs on as much as other leagues. Of course, you think like Advanced, Main. Those ones are kind of higher mill. They're also sitting at 2-2. The difference, I think, is how their season has gone so far. They probably won more rounds as they sit currently 66th/67th. Saltcrew at 80 to 87th area. So they're still within they're still 500, right? That's the whole thing. As long as you stay 500, you're looking pretty good. Getting into it, though, the map is getting ready to go. They're playing on that knife round right now just to figure all of that out for the round. While they're doing that, of course, we have a little bit of a flyby we can do on that thing there. And I mean, it's so weird to think about that Ancient has become the map that it is today. Had those few changes at the start, of course, and then you kind of think back to it all, and I think people have started calling it's the Jungle Mirage, and I think that's a good name for it. Just it keeps it kind of simple, kind of quick. But yeah, we are going to get into the game now, as the knife round did not go their way. Hold on. There we go. That is here. And yeah, I mean, it's going to be an interesting match here for sure. Saltcrew starting on that east side. And just a quick warning, chat, if you do hear any button clicking that's a little too loud, that's me trying to do a little bit of observing at the same time. We've come to the conclusion that autodirector is bad. It's real bad. So we're trying our best here, today at least. I'll try my best to get the match viewed as best as possible. And now I was talking about views. Nico with 4. It's Nico with a Y. Different kind of situation here. Kiwi trying to get something back. We'll find Nico and stop it at the 4K. However, Driftsy comes in. It's a quick pistol round there for XGeN. For XGeN, sorry. As they're looking to get going here quickly. Saltcrew just with pistols yet again, trying to go in for a quick bomb plant here. They're going to run up their way through the ramp. The problem is Nico, Fords, and Bam are all locking things down towards the B site. So far, so good for XGeN. Picking up a little bit of extra money coming in from that round as well. MP7 in their hands. Excuse me, it got a little bit of a change up. I wouldn't say an upgrade. It had a bit of a change in how it was presented. Just because it's become a little bit cheaper to buy every single round, and it's had a bit of it's had a few characteristic changes, but nothing overly dramatic that makes it all of a sudden a world beater. But you know, you make a gun a little bit less expensive, and you keep its kind of bang for buck, and all of a sudden you're looking pretty good. Now, early on here, damage going into I. It is 4 AKs and a Galil here for Saltcrew. They've bunched up over in towards that B ramp area. Gunk leading the way here. Boosted up top of boxes. However, that smoke in towards the ramp is too good for him. Try and get any kind of sightline over top of it. That smoke, he's going to hit at the right time there. Nico won't be able to see any of them. However, lots of utility has been thrown. Fuzzy Hat's going to take a bit of damage to start things off. And now it'll be Kiwi leading the charge in and back out. All alone with the bomb, makes a decision. It's not a good idea to go for that kind of a play. In the meantime, Driftsy has found Jake. Big kill to find. That means there's nothing left over towards mid. There's nothing, of course, over towards the A side. It's 2 in towards Jaguar. And they're trying to make a bit of an outward play here. They're trying to break the line over in towards mid. Maybe put pressure that it could be over towards B. That's not going to happen just yet. Hot Soup now pushing forward. We'll go down to Eyes. Fuzzy Hat will get the trade-off. It's Kiwi to get one of his own. Now all of a sudden, 2v3. Make it a 2v2. Do they know where Nico is, though? He hasn't revealed himself yet. The MP5, just a little too much. A little bit of hot sauce on it. As Fuzzy Cat is now all alone. 1v2. Trying to get there in time. Bam's got the full 5-second defuse. No problem. Fuzzy Hat's not even going to get there in time. Yeah, it's just a timing issue and going down after the bomb. Gets defused. Means that's 2 AKs over to XGeN. Who take a quick 3-0 lead here. Even though that last round was getting kind of close, it just wasn't enough at the end of the day to really get them over the line. Gunk. Early shots coming through. Shots. Trying to get some damage in whatsoever. It's just pistols coming in here for Saltcrew. They've managed to pick up a gun on Shake. However, that's gone down. And as Kiwi picks up a kill over in towards Cat, that's another rifle picked up off a dead body. Problem is, Nico is still hunting. Like his famous counterpart. Kind of hard to take him down. League Boston. Crazy. Amazing. Nico. In towards CT over on the B site. The bomb looking to get planted here. Actually, might. Fuzzy Hat's managed to sneak this through. Mac 10 in hand. M4 on his teammate. The utility is starting to throw over. Now, Driftsy and Nico are both ready for this kind of a swing. It's a great first kill. However, the second one just isn't there yet. Bam and Driftsy will finish it off. Driftsy with 1 HP. That's a big round to find for XGeN, but it's expensive nonetheless. They will keep it up across. Hold on. What was that available? I missed that completely. Yeah, up in hand now for Bam. Which is huge. It is going to be 5 AKs here for Saltcrew, though. Utility as well. They're going to try and get off the board. See how well that goes. Hot Soup with Kiwi quickly in towards bottom B. Again, 4 players from Saltcrew lining up here. Get something going. FC will be in towards mid. The smoke fades. Red room is now available for sightline. Do they check this? It is a second smoke. You know what? Good play. Lock the CTs out of any kind of visibility. That's the biggest first step. If you can hide your numbers, make better reads. Now, Shake will be the entry point here. As plenty of utility has gone down in towards that A tunnels area. Shake continues to walk through. That's going to be paid for with blood as I finds 2. And a nade as well. Try and spot anybody extra. No. They've backed away from that line of fire. Christy now coming in. Quickly fades away. Well, Gunk going down means it's just left to Kiwi and Hot Soup, and they're just getting torn apart. 1v1s not going their way. Shot through smoke. It just is not working. And XGeN, they're playing their hand extremely well here in terms of how they're taking these fights with Saltcrew. And that's really the biggest thing right now. With Saltcrew, it's very individualistic, right? They haven't worked together they haven't combined to get any kills yet. And we've seen flashes of it. I harken back to the 0-3 round when it was a 2v4. Sure, it was 2 1v1s that won them that, but there was a lot of focus on that second 1v1 because of the play from Fuzzy Hat in towards Cave in that round. However, it's a new round, new opportunity. And again, utility usage over in towards B ramp is great for some damage. However, it's a little bit faster this time coming in from Fuzzy Hat and towards Cave. They'll take the control. Don't mind if I do, kind of style. Forwards, however, will pick up the first on the Kiwi and now locked out as Driftsy finds Shake as well. So that's the A site defended. Hot Soup continues to move up, checking corners that don't need to be checked. It's just Fuzzy Hat left, 1v5. Has picked up a first, but that swing coming in from Nico will guarantee the round. 6-0 to start with. Just not a lot going right now for Saltcrew, Gunk, and Hot Soup. They're in troubled waters. Fuzzy Hat's done an alright job so far. He's 680, 4 kills in 6 rounds. Pretty good. Across the board. Shake. Gets picked up by Bam. It's just these rounds are so fast. Saltcrew, they moved in quickly. They got the bomb down, but they've lost everybody in the fray. Now that Molotov being sounded off means it's pretty quick for XGeN here. Just roll right through. So the rifles remain strong here for XGeN. Some of their players are starting to reach max money. Rift seat 15k. That's just because you have to spend 1,000 or so every single round for utility. Again, 5 AKs coming in for Saltcrew. They're looking to get something over the line here. Just get something going. Once you get that one, the doors can open pretty quickly. You got to get that confidence first zone. Good shots by Kiwi early on onto Fords. And a great follow-up with a nade. It doesn't do enough damage to kill, but definitely enough to cause concern. Now, Fuzzy Hat initially Could have gone through the smoke. In fact, Sports is going to go through the smoke instead. Kiwi's unable to find. And has now been able to get away. So he's learned more information as well in terms of how close Kiwi is. Doesn't know that it's Kiwi just yet, but the player with an AK. Great nade onto Bam from Fuzzy Hat. The problem is Driftsy hasn't given himself up just yet, and his offer is still re-peaking. So this, again, 3 players over towards A. They've done a great job of working together. Gunk has a very good opportunity here, though, just as well, to get in and plant the bomb, especially with how the CTs are cheating over right now. Hot Soup doing their best. Kiwi will get a smoke down in towards CT. The long gets cleared. And all of a sudden, another Molotov down. A high possibility on this round. It's 5v3, so not great odds, but they've got decent enough post-plant spots. Now, Gunk will be able to get the first kill for his team. Has to get more. Only is good for 2. The problem is 2 is not greater than 5. And an 8th round for XGeN is now on the way. Pause here. Let things tick over just a little bit. We will be back in as XGeN looking to continue their dominance here. Getting closer and closer to that 13-0 stat line. Saltcrew desperate is fighting for their first round. Few close calls so far, nothing crazy just yet. Whoa, Bam. Just missing out that shot on a Kiwi. Makes things a lot more difficult. They haven't spotted the bomb yet, of course. It's still back over towards Cap. They are not messing around when it comes to early utility over and towards the A site. Slow capturing the space here from Saltcrew. They're doing their best to try and lock everything together. 38 seconds left on the clock. They need to get moving soon. Have any chance of getting a bomb plant off. Now, I will get blinded from that. Great flash coming in from Hot Soup. Bam will get the quick trade, but information is gathered. Information already probably known that there is an offer to this site, and that's great news for them because Gunk, Kiwi, Shake, they're all putting in the hours. The great kill over in towards the A bomb site. Saltcrew leave it to a 3v1. And now a 2v1. In a 1v1, hold on. Nico has some legs in this round. Final few seconds of the bomb. Gonna hold it. There you go, Saltcrew. They are officially on the board. It took a little bit. Now you just gotta keep your winning ways. Interested to see them not go with an opera, though. Instead, they're gonna continue to elect to keep the 5 rifle system. Next round up on the dock. Shake is fast in towards that Jaguar entrance. The problem is Forts is faster. There's plenty of smoke spam going around, but no kills as of yet from behind the curtain. Bam will get a leg off, but no kill just yet. Gunk is taken low. Fuzzy Hat will be trying to make the entryway in towards the A site, if possible. Waiting for this play to go. Waiting for this kind of a fight to happen. Driftsy, he calls his number. He makes Saltcrew pay. I will get a kill as well. Can you push up? Great. 9-1 scoreline. Round 11. We're nearing the end of the first half here. Does not look great for Saltcrew so far. Dismal display you could think about. Trying to turn their luck around with bought-up guns, however. It's nothing crazy expensive. Of course, they got to save for the last round of the half, but I think Gunk's able to provide some impact. Good way to open things up at the end of the round. Does a bomb on the back as well. Unfortunately, XGeN has more power to them on this than Saltcrew does. Pushes us into the last round of the half, round 12. Oh. Pause here. I'm guessing it's timeout or technical in nature. Trying to figure out the issue. Resolved and get back in the fight. I don't know what happened here. Hold on. Had a little bit of an issue, maybe? I'm going to try and reconnect. I think we're having a little bit of a delay. A little bit of a technical difficulty this time around. From the Faceit side. Things were looking good for a second there. Then everything stopped working. Yeah. Looks like we're back in now. A bit of just a weird hiccup. That's okay. 10-1. Fuzzy Hat, the last one left. We missed, unfortunately, most of the round. It looks like, yet again, Kiwi with some kind of an entry kill to get them onto the site and towards mid. Yeah, you can see, if you look on the map just before we end off here on the first half, one kill in towards middle. That was probably an aggressive player, and then the remainder of the remainder of Saltcrew got up in towards Donut, and that was where, unfortunately, they met their fate. However, we are into the stress time. Saltcrew on this need this pistol more than anything. Being said, XGeN are going to make their way up on towards the speed bomb site here. Gunk is going to be first on scene. Teammates are ready to help him out, but they're all just getting deleted. First bullet accuracy coming through. And Bam will take a little bit of damage, as does Drifties, but otherwise, ooh, that's poignant for how this game has gone in a nutshell. It's a good Molotov to force back all of XGeN. However, they're just going to... Okay, they're going to tank a little bit of that. It takes too long for Saltcrew to get up, and now we are on to match point. 12-1. Saltcrew in desperate need of a round here are going to look to the SMGs to get them over the line. So 12-3. Sorry, 12-1. First round here to bring a comeback, get the comeback going. They need to get 11 rounds in a row to get overtime to even have a chance at winning this match. Long road ahead. Boards. It's a predictable round. It's a predictable spot. LCA has to be the first to go in, though, and it's going to work out well. Hot Soup will join. That's a bunch of utility being expended over towards the B site, but the problem is there's nobody there to use it as Driftsy goes down. That was your big contact over in towards that B site. Now trying to escape the field may be a dink from I in towards Bam. I has a Mac 10 in hand. And there you go. Big round from Gunk, 3K for them. Make it 12-2. Still match point, of course. We're going to hear that often. Now, the good news is for Saltcrew is no matter what, you just know what you have to buy, and that's in. You have to buy in every single round. You have to buy all the best weapons you can at the time, because there is no save function right now for them. There's not a round that they can lose and say, oh, well, it was just a save. It's okay. We're going to be okay. No, no, no. That's the issue. Nico have a bit of a rival there in Gunk. Hot Soup helping out. Twelve to 3. And they keep this run going. 9 rounds to go now before overtime. Natsu pushes forward, as does the rest of the team. It's quickly over towards this A site you got to be aware of. Fuzzy Cat's going to be the first big point of contact. Those SMGs, they're making things work. Forward is taking down Nico in the meantime with a friendly fire. While the flank from I has come in last second. Guns might be just a bit too big here for XGeN to take advantage of. To match point we go. Big round ahead. Right. Bit of a crunch coming in from the CT side over in towards Cat. The plenty of flashes above, though. Shake will be able to work with Fuzzy Hat here towards middle. It's great kills coming in. Can they last? No, Fords and Bam get the trades instantly back. Hot Soup, first bullet kill comes in. That might be the difference maker right there. That aggressive play in towards mid to start things off. Gunk will get the trade back onto Bam. Big kill off camera. Go into a 2v2. Kiwi was set up for some kind of play over towards B. They've got to play 1A, 1B. Although Gunk is definitely trying to cheat over in towards either that mid area to deny an entire half of the map. And CT try and watch and make sure that no extreme long flank back through T-spawn is going to catch them. Now, Driftsy and Fords have done kind of the same thing. They made the declaration early on, okay, we're not going to push aggressively on this, we're going to wait. However, Kiwi has spotted one, and I believe that's the bomb. The rotation is going to come in from Gunk onto this one, and it's an aggressive plant in the middle of the site. Flash Molotov duo! As Kiwi goes down. Don't make the timing, yes, but Fords is looking towards this angle. First kill comes in. The second one, unfortunately, there's just not enough HP in the system for Gunk to get it over the line. That is going to be a 13-4 win for XGeN on this one. And unfortunately, Saltcrew will sit now at a 2-3 scoreline across their intermediate season. The good news is there's still plenty of games to play. There's still 9 games left in the season, right? There's plenty of time to get this back, to make this the last loss you've suffered during the season, or at least bring yourself even, right? Going 7-7 is plenty good. You know, that's a good spot to look for. That's a good place to aim for. I have been informed as well. We usually try and get an interview at the end of the match. I have been informed by the team we're not going to have an interview tonight. I can understand why. That's a very demoralizing loss to go up against, to get hit with as a 13-4 like that. I think my only recommendation is to stop playing Ancient for a little bit. Let's work on our Ancient. Let's get it into a good spot where we feel comfortable playing it against these top teams that you're going up against, or teams of your peers. Not even top teams. Teams of your peers. This is what Faceit is generating, going, hey, you're 2-2, they're 2-2, you're going to play each other. So, yeah. Overall, I think we didn't see enough. I want to see more from Saltcrew, and I think this is a good match for them to look back at and go, listen, we need to change something up here. We need to figure something else out a little bit differently on our Ancient, or we need to alternatively just start banning Ancient. We need to move to another map that we can feel comfortable on and we can handle all of our own. That is going to be it for the stream tonight, though. Thank you very much, everybody, for popping in, for giving your eyes, your ears to the stream. Again, unfortunate loss there for Salt, but we'll see them back soon. We'll be back with their match later in the week for sure, and hopefully we'll see something better from that. My name is ParkS. I hope you guys have a good rest of your night and a good rest of your week, depending on if I see you or not. But that is goodbye for now.